this is Tony. We know Tony. Tony's kind of, not really an outcast, but he's not the most lovable character, to say. Well, I've said it many times already, but to say the least. This, of course, is a sci-fi film. Many of the characters have abilities. They can... Connor, for example, can teleport. Peter can duplicate items. He can make another Coke can, and something like that. He splits things together. This would be quite a good example, actually. So the viewers would see one pen there. Don't know how well you can see that. But then Peter would hold the pen, pull away from it, and another pen would appear out of nowhere. The thing is about Tony is he's not shown to have an ability. He doesn't boast, he doesn't tell everyone about his ability. That's because he doesn't know. Except for being able to see his future, which is expressed in this scene. We don't really know anything else about Tony. Up until this point, that is. Tony can duplicate himself. He's kind of similar to Peter, but Peter can't duplicate living things. He can only duplicate objects. Tony can only duplicate himself. And he makes a perfect form of himself. I made a little mistake here, but I think you can forgive me. This is Tony 1. Tony then becomes Tony 1 and Tony 2. Done a little smiley face. Keep an eye on that, it's important. At first, we could only really do Tony 1 and Tony 2. That was the limit. Then later on, we see that Tony can become up to like 6 or 7 people. It's ridiculous. This is when Philip comes in. They're all quite happy being Tony 1, Tony 2, Tony 3, Tony 4, Tony 5, Tony 6, Tony 7, and it keeps going on. But here we've got them all here. They've all got smiley faces. But then we have Tony... Who's this guy? This is, well, this guy here. He's not happy. He's frustrated. He doesn't like being Tony whatever. He doesn't want a number by him and just being called Tony. Thing is, this is Philip. This is Philip. Philip is shown to everyone in the Philip world. It's kind of hard because the title of the film is also him. So if I say, in their world, Philip is shown as just another Tony. He looks exactly the same as Tony, and if people see him in the street, they assume it's Tony. But to Tony, Philip looks different. In this sequence, for example, Philip, to him, looks like me. Here's a quick example. If we were in their world, this is what we'd see. This is Tony, this is Philip, pretty identical. I try my best to make them identical. I'm quite good at art, but I kind of... It was marker, it was running out, you know. However, again, to Tony, this is Tony, this is Philip. He looks quite different, and he is. He's not obviously threatening to most people. I mean, look, I've got thin arms, I'm not quite a threatening guy, but because he can really work inside Tony's head, this is where this whole newfound power comes to mind. The difference is that Philip is very strong. Philip is a very strong character. Philip is shown to have more power than Tony. He can do something that no other character in the film can do. He can do the basic sort of, we'll put it in terms of Star Wars, he can move things with his mind, he can push things. He's basically like the bad version of... We could link it to Fight Club, realistically. We've got Tyler Durden, and we find out that the main character is Tyler Durden. And this whole time he's just been imagining this Brad Pitt character is Tyler Durden. And yeah, that's confusing. It's one of those things that all sums up at the end, which is the sort of thing I'm going for here with Philip. But Philip is our Tyler Durden. Except he's kind of a bit more of an activist. He doesn't think that anyone but him should have power. He tries to kill everyone with powers, including Tony. The thing is, and I'm going to use this board again, be a bit more hands-on, use a red pen for this time. If you, let's say, killed Tony 2, Tony will be fine. He killed Tony 1, Tony 5, Tony 3. Those 3 Tonys would be absolutely fine. There only needs to actually be 1 Tony alive. And then he would come back here, he'd be the new Tony 1. Doesn't matter. This same thing counts for Philip. This same diagram works for Philip. Philip can duplicate himself as many times as he wants, and they think the same as Philip. Which is quite interesting, really. Philip and Tony are basically the structure of the film. The whole film is based around Tony and Philip, and how they differ, how people see them as the same. We really get into the whole character idea of betrayal, accusement and everything, because many of the characters, they assume that the bad guy is Tony. They think Tony's doing all these things because they see Philip as Tony. It's only in one scene where we see Tony, but bald. Well, not bald, he's shaving his head rather badly, and this is Philip. This is the only time where they can tell the difference. But at the same time, he confuses them a bit, he does himself up to look more like the original Tony, and yeah, it's done to really freak them out. It tests them, it pushes them over the edge, there's conflict between them, they break up, they form again, and they defeat Philip. But at the expense of Tony, their friend, because again, with Tony still alive, another Tony can be made, another Tony can be made, another Tony can be made, and another Philip can be made. So Tony only sees one way of solving the problem, and that is to kill them all. And that's how the film ends. I hope I haven't ruined the film for everyone. I feel it's good. It's a pretty original film. I hope you still watch it, even though I basically completely ruined the narrative for you.